Moving overseas now, with Indonesians set to go to the polls tomorrow to determine their next president. Almost 200 million are expected to cast their vote, and every poll has to be considered too close to call. I understand that even Roy Morgan, who never gets it right here in Australia, thinks it's too close to call on his polling over there. Sky News reporter Dan Borcher is covering the election and filed this report from the presidential palace in Jakarta.
This is the end of the road for whoever wins the confidence of the most of Indonesia's 190 million voters. Whoever does that tomorrow will get the keys to the presidential palace behind me and the right to set out their agenda for policy for the next 5 years. We've seen a real narrowing of the polls over the last couple of months, and now there are just several points between Joko Widodo Jokowi and his opposition Prabowo Subianto. Many in the industry who have been watching politics here say it will come down to those who haven't been polled.
It will be very interesting to see if the undecided voters, who are now just under 10%, will actually sway to Prabowo Subianto or Joko Widodo.
And there are still many questions about just what the relationship between Australia and Indonesia will be post tomorrow's vote.
Based on the personalities of the two candidates, it will be interesting to see if Prabowo Subianto actually wins, how his personality trait will actually influence that foreign policy, because he is known as someone who can be very, very emotional, and I don't know how this will actually affect long-term policy.
More than 188 million Indonesians will take to the polls, some 500,000 in fact, to cast their vote tomorrow to determine who will guide their country for the next 5 years. Reporting from the presidential palace, Dan Borcher, Sky News, Jakarta.